Well, President Biden has said there are clear signs that Vladimir Putin may be preparing to use chemical and biological weapons in Ukraine. Mr. Biden said the Russian leader had his back against the wall as a result of Ukrainian military resistance and the united response of the West.
Now Putin's back against the wall. He wasn't anticipating the extent or strength of our unity. And the more his back is against the wall, the greater the severity of the tactics he may employ. We've seen it before. He's run a lot of false flag operations. Whenever he starts talking about something he thinks NATO, Ukraine, or the United States is about to do, it means he's getting ready to do it. Not a joke. It's asserting that we, America, have biological as well as chemical weapons in Europe, simply not true. I guarantee you. They're also suggesting that Ukraine has biological and chemical weapons in Ukraine. That's a clear sign he's considering using both of those. He's already used chemical weapons in the past, and we should be careful what's about to come. He knows there'll be severe consequences because of the united NATO front, but the point is, it's real.
Now, as we heard in reports earlier, Kyiv is a city under curfew until tomorrow morning. Arise News Special Correspondent John Cookson is there and he joins us live. Good to see you, John. What's the update from Kyiv where you are? Has it been, in relative terms, a calmer day, or is it a varied picture?
In Kyiv terms, it's been a calm day, I should say, Charles. There's been one very loud blast. A rocket appeared to land quite close to where I am at the moment, but judging the distance of that is very difficult because we're confined at the moment to a hotel, so I can't get out and look and get some more information on that. But it was a very loud blast. It sounded like a thunderclap. And then after that, for about half an hour, there were some dull thuds in the background. Now, you know, if this was just ordinary times, this would be a terrible event. But in terms of Kyiv and the things that it's been through for the last few weeks and the assault by the Russian military, it's been a relatively calm day. That said, as I say, we've been confined to barracks, as it were, today because of the curfew. The curfew ends at 7 o'clock local time tomorrow morning. That's 5 a.m. London time. And whatever's happened today in the city, no doubt we'll perhaps get further details tomorrow. As far as the bigger picture is concerned, there seems to have been some movement, some advance by Russian troops into the northwestern suburbs, which is a troubling thing for the Ukrainian people, and particularly the city here in Kyiv, although they have managed to maintain the Ukrainians have managed to maintain one suburb. But they come and they go, they lose territory, they win territory, both sides. And as I say, confined to the center of the city, it's very hard to know exactly what's going on. But all intelligence estimates and certainly the British Ministry of Defence are saying tonight that in the coming days, Charles, there will be a major effort by the Russians to try to encircle Kyiv and then after that lay siege to the city, cutting off electricity, internet and all the things that keep cities going. So a grim prediction for the capital in the coming days. But, you know, the Ukrainians got a lot of fight in them. For sure, they'll fight like demons to prevent this happening. So we'll just have to wait and see. Charles.
And John, what can you tell us about Mariupol, where Russian forces are also said to be making progress?
They are, and as I indicated in my VT tape played earlier, they have been joined by Chechen forces. Now, the Chechens are good fighters. They have a reputation for fighting, and they've been causing a lot of mayhem down there. Look, you know, we talk about war crimes being committed. For sure they are, and the full extent of that we don't know at the moment. The city itself, Mariupol, is still holding out, but how much longer they can last, Charles, is really up for debate. Also, Odessa has been, the neighborhoods surrounding Odessa have been bombed again by the Russians today. So this military build-up by Russia seems to be building every day. And of course, that's very troubling to the government here in Kyiv, and also to Western governments in general.
And John, you mentioned Odessa there, which is of course a key port. You were giving us your assessment of what's happening around the Black Sea towards Odessa. Would you say that the Russians enjoy maritime dominance and that there is an absence of Ukrainian naval resistance there?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Charles. They do dominate the Black Sea territory, and indeed they're stopping commercial shipping crossing out of the Black Sea into the Mediterranean at the moment. There's a huge build-up of ships in the Istanbul area, and the Russians certainly have dominance of that, and the Ukrainian Navy really a sort of pygmy by the side of it. And although the shelling is coming from the sea, there's no question of the Russians taking Odessa without a ground operation as well. So that city bracing for the same kind of treatment possibly as Mariupol is getting at the present time. Not much good news from the south, Charles.
And John, you're of course Arise chief correspondent. You cover stories all around the world, and you are in Kyiv, but you're unable to leave your hotel room. What's it like for you personally?
Well, I keep myself quite busy all day, looking at stories, watching what's happening on social media, checking security reports. I've got a pal who was a former SAS officer, and he sends me reports from time to time, Charles, which is very, very useful indeed. My hotel itself is really, it is a hotel used by journalists and evacuees. The journalists who are here are mainly photographers, some of the bravest, I think, in war situations. They often go to places that we mortals don't go to get the best photographs for their agencies. And we go down and we talk and we swap gossip and talk about this and that. As far as the hotel goes, food supplies are quite limited, but they're doing their best. There's a couple of ladies here who have got stews going and ox cheeks, which I haven't really tried before, but I'm enjoying at the moment. There's plenty of water. The internet is on, obviously. Electricity supplies are on. And that's how things are at the present time. Tomorrow morning it will be great to get out. It's been a bit miserable, frankly, being confined to the room, because it's been a beautiful day outside, lovely spring day here in the capital. So yes, all looking forward to being released tomorrow morning.
Well, John, we're glad you still got a bit of mirth there. Thank you very much indeed, and we look forward to talking with you tomorrow, and enjoy the food whilst you're there. John Cookson, Arise chief correspondent, talking to me there from the Ukrainian capital, Kyiv.